Hello my good friends. I do apologize firstly and lastly if I am a little bit harsh on some of you, but as I said earlier, I don't mean to be hard or using even hard words, but that's fact. And I'm not saying bringing these words from out of the blues or made up stories or read silly books. No, it's not from me as well, it is from God. Okay, as I said earlier regarding you people so-called Christian or Jews or others, I would like to specifically talk about Jews and Christians. And I said to you earlier that these are, if you believe is a religion, is in fact is not a religion, is you far from it, like earth and the sky, right? It is in your mind, it is in your imagination, no more no less. It's man-made religion or religions, these. And ask any Muslim, will tell you all the prophets or messengers, whatever you call them, from one God. So it must be if all from one tribe, okay, one nation, one community, one sect of a nation. Couple of thousand or hundreds years ago, thousands of years ago, wasn't by millions, they were by hundreds, that's all. Here and there a few, right? So these all prophets are from one God for one mission, asking people to have or to live decently. That's all to it, just decent life, and respect the gift which God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, gave us. I mean, I don't mean me only or Muslim, it's all a human being. He admires us by giving us higher standard, higher level, okay, than these lovely bubbly cats. Come on, pussy catties. See, say hello. No hello. They have their own language. I wonder what she think. But do you know that even animals, okay, they worship God in their own ways, believe it or not, right? Because part of His creation, you see. So my dear Christian and Jews, right, what you believe is not religion, it is man-made religion, right? Throughout the centuries it's spread. That's the will of God, okay? Even though some of you know the reality, you know the truth, you don't like to talk about it, you're not interesting. A lot of you, maybe millions of you, I'm not saying 1,000 or 100 of thousands, possibly millions, they're not interested in religion. I'm not bothered, they just live their lives, right, and drop dead. Simple as that. They just live their life and finish, okay? A lot of humans, unfortunately, they don't even exist. We only see the people who exist on the TV, on the media, this president, this minister, that rich man, that actor, whatever, nothing else. But he's still a human being, and no different between pleading a road sweeper or a president. If you're given a chance, road sweeper could be a president, because this is a man and this is a man. He has the same brain, but this one has opportunity and this one hasn't. That's all. Like as I said earlier, someone repair a car and another man repair a body. This one doctor for cars, this one doctor for bodies. So God made you think is the Christianity is a religion. In fact, it's not a religion. It is man-made religion, and the Judaism as well, right? It's man-made religion. God has a wisdom of that, make you believe, okay? As I said earlier, heaven and hell, He created for purpose, for Muslim only, just for Muslims. Muslim believers who worship God, fasting, doing decent things, respecting themselves and others, be good to themselves and others, and first worship God as he required. Okay, that's all. He wants us, to carry 100 weight of 100 kilos. No, he doesn't want that. Right? He doesn't want me to fly. You fly, you go to heaven. You don't fly, you go to hell. It's all common sense. It's the logic. He used God, the powerful, the controller of universe. He used with us just the logic and common sense. How nice is that? How is beautiful is that from him? Right? So this Muslim kafir, who's the killing and raping or cheating or stealing or whatever, right? These things is God forbid it for your sake, right? And for my sake and for their sake, others, right? But Mr. Devil is around, right? Come on, let's get some foolish things. Then if he caught or they caught, will be punished. Yes or no, will go to jail. Right? There is no way out. The eye of the law are open 24 hours, right? 7 days a week. Right? So how about God? Some people are committing crimes and they get away with it. Like in wars, for instance, now in Middle East or Cambodia, right? Burma, China, or whatever, right? Some people get, but with God there is nothing like that. All be accounts, except non-Muslims. Non-Muslims, God will not hold them for account of anything. Believe it or not, the non-Muslim will be not being accounted, meaning God will not ask them, why did you do this or did you do that? Why you kill that man? For instance, a Buddhist kill a Buddhist deliberately or by mistake, or kill the Hindus, right? And he gets away with it. Or a Jew killed a Christian or killed a Muslim. God will not hold them on account, because as I said earlier, only Muslim will be held on account. The good Muslim will go to heaven, who does this, goodies in their life, plus they will be punished accordingly. Not all Muslims are perfect. The bad Muslim will be punished. All Muslims, in fact, they will go to hell first, because God said we're not perfect. In fact, we're not perfect. Right? We done naughty things, but some people, they become, when they are wiser, more decent, more worship God, they become worship God and become walking on a straight path, the path which God wants. Right? He's the merciful. He might forgive them for little silly sins at the teenage years, or by mistake or deliberate or whatever, silly small things. He forgive them. He allow them to Jannah, heaven. But the bad Muslim, Jahannam, hell for them, they will be punished accordingly as well. Okay, like some people now, they get away with murder, as it said. Parts of the government, for some forces, they kill people and they get away with it. At the judgment day, no, they will be held account for what they done. But non-Muslim, just anyone non-Muslim, you will end up in hell, right? You are the torch of hell. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, I do apologize, whatever, right? Whatever way I say it, it's fact. Believe it or not, it's entirely up to you. But that's the truth, only the truth. Ask any Muslim. So that's the way God, his purpose, I'm telling you, his purpose, or his planning for us, for humankind, from the beginning to the end. Because you are non-Muslim, unfortunately, you will not be held account on anything you do, right, in your life. You kill this, you kill that, you rape, blah, blah. Because you, all of them, like sheep, just go. All right. But if I take my car to mechanic and repair it, then I find out something wrong with it, I wouldn't go to doctor or a shop, as in, you damage my car, or you did not repair it correctly, or other garage, I go to the person who supposed to repair my car, right? He's the one repair my car, and he's responsible for that. What I'm not happy about it. Something not, he did not do his job accordingly. So I have to go back to him, not to his next door neighbor, another mechanic somewhere else. He said, I don't know you, I've never been here, I never seen your car. So please, I repair it, you pay me. You don't, bye bye. I don't want to waste time with you. That's the idea, even simple ideas. So God, non-Muslim will not be hold them on account or anything. Alright? It's like, I'm not going to say anything, maybe I'm offending you people. Okay, but Muslims, kafir, the weak believers or the not believers or who doesn't practice Islam correctly will be punished, will be tortured in the hell accordingly, according what they done. Maybe someone a day, some other person 10 days, 10 weeks, 10 months, a year, 2, 10, 100 years or 1,000 years, right? That's God's purpose for his creation of mankind, a human being. Okay, and that's why he allowed the good people into heaven, and heaven is what is part of him, surrounding him. Okay, and the baddies, Muslim baddies, go to hell, rot in hell, get punishment, then come back to heaven. But unfortunately, you people, no, you don't see, you're not going to see that, unfortunately, right? As I said, I gave you example of animals, right? Why? He has a purpose of creating all animals, right? Thousands of animals. We don't use them, we don't eat them. Maybe sometime we entertain ourselves with a bear, with a lion in a circle or circus or here or there, but that's all. Watching them, but that's all. But God has a purpose of creating them, balancing the jungle, the universe, the life in the wild, right? Balancing. If there is no lion, then the jungle will be full of bleeding hyenas, right? You see, balancing. And there is, if no cheetahs catching the gazelle, right? Who will catch the gazelle? No one, only cheetahs, right? Because no one can run like, no other animals can run like cheetah, only cheetah. Common sense. So Islam is finally the only religion will stay like that, right? From the beginning to the end. God is messenger, whatever you call them or some people call them, they are messenger. They are between us and God. Okay, whatever if you have a bad thought about angel and this and that, you're free. As I told you earlier, no one forced me to worship God, right? Yes, I am a Muslim and I practice Islam, thanks God, alhamdulillah, according, to my will, to my power of mentally and physically, without exhausting myself, right? I'm using common sense, won't harm me 5 times of my time, right? Sometimes I pray all together. I don't have time at work. Sometimes when I have time, the 5 times at its time I'll do it. Other times altogether, as I said, I don't have time, I'm busy. But I do practice, meaning showing God I appreciate him and hoping to gain a good place. There is heaven, hell, day, night, life, death, birth, you name it. Okay, black, white, humans, animals, jinn, God knows what else, right? So all this correct when it comes to God or Islam. Some of you backed away, it's up to you, right? I'm just warning you and advise you as a good human being, and you are a human being, we all the same kind, even though maybe we different species. I mean like that, by all ants, or we call it all birds, okay? But even birds different. There is big bird